Welcome back to the Reviving Malaysia Tourism Virtual Summit 2021 brought to you by Hospitality Asia. Make sure you're following us at www.hapa.asia. In the next segment, Dato' Yasmin Yusof is going to be back to join Jennifer to speak to more guests when it comes to the restaurant segment. There are Tommy Chew, CEO of Da Long Yi Hot Pot Malaysia, and Iveen Wong, CEO of Chin Swee Foods in Dren Berhad. Tommy Chew is the master franchisee for Da Long Yi Hot Pot and started his new outlet in the beginning of CMCO to bring Shenzhen Chengdu flavors to more Malaysians. Iveen is an ardent advocate for the healthy lifestyle, and as a lot of you might know, the award-winning Chin Swee restaurant is the one and only vegetarian option in Genting Highlands. Is there a new reality for restaurants post-COVID-19? If so, what will they have to change? Find out more as we continue today's virtual summit.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome back to our studio. I'm Jennifer Ong.
And I'm Yasmin Yusof.
And our topic for this F&B segment is a new reality for restaurants post-COVID-19. What must change? Joining us for this discussion is Mr. Tommy Chew from Da Long Yi Hot Pot and Ms. Iveen Wong from Chin Swee Vegetarian Cuisine.
2020 has seen a rise in demand for hot pots and vegetarian cuisine. The pandemic brought radical changes to our everyday lives. Everyone wanted to be healthy. Everybody wanted to make sure that they stayed healthy. So it's clear that many of the newly adopted healthy behaviors won't disappear overnight. Consumers will continue to rely on restaurants and grocery retailers to keep them both fed and healthy while expecting minimum disruptions to their day-to-day lives. So let's get a quick overview from our speakers on what the shift towards vegetarian means to the restaurant business and the globalization of hot pot cuisine in the new era.
Well, let us start with Tommy. Tommy, thank you so much for joining us at the studio.
Hey, hi Jennifer.
Yeah. So tell us a bit more about what do you think the shift is towards, hot pots. We know that there is a rise in demand for hot pots, right? And you do the very, very spicy one, the one that
This is the young Mr. Hot.
Chinese hot pot, yeah.
The one that numbs your lips, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
can you
yes.
just maybe tell us a bit more about your restaurant
Sure.
concept and also the shift in the trend of hot pot?
Okay, sure. Let me introduce myself. So my name is Tommy. So I'm the master franchise for Da Long Yi Hot Pot in Malaysia. So Da Long Yi Hot Pot is actually a franchise from China. We have over 300 outlets in worldwide. So mainly in China. So Malaysia currently we have 3 outlets. One is in Kota Damansara, the other one is in Johor, and KL there's one in Bukit Bintang.
That's the one we're going to.
Yes, isn't it? Yeah.
To Namma.
Okay, so what we can see in Malaysia is the rising trend of the Chinese hot pot. So what we can see in Malaysia currently a lot of different brands rising. So what I'm doing is the Chinese hot pot. So the one that who numb your lips
I had
and
no
everything.
idea that people even would
Yeah.
like to eat food that hot. But it's booming, right?
Yes, it is.
It's
It
booming.
is.
So
Yeah, but what's the pleasure you get out of numbing that lips?
Can you taste your food? No. He's going to show us the secret. The secret to eating and not burning your mouth, right?
Yes,
but
yes.
that means that it is popular here.
It's
People
getting
like
popular
to
here in
numb their
Malaysia.
mouth.
Yes,
It's getting popular.
okay.
So because this cuisine, this hot pot, is actually started very long, many years ago in China. So like if you ask those Chinese, usually they already try it when they are very young.
Ah.
So in Malaysia, it's getting a new trend, but I
How's
think
the shift though? Is it rising up?
Yeah,
quickly,
rising up,
or you
definitely
think
rising
it's still
up.
taking time to?
It's
get
actually quite considered rising up already.
Are you
especially.
converting steamboat fans?
Okay, like what we had in Malaysia, previously in Malaysia, the steamboat is the one with tom yum
Yes.
and with the clear soup, right?
Yeah.
So like this Chinese hot pot is like kind of an upgrade the soup base into this mala and like tomato soup, and some of it they're offering like mushroom soup
Oh.
Yes, so that's what we are
upgrade
selling
of
right now.
steamboat,
Upgrade
yes,
of
maybe.
steamboat, and
Up-
also as well as
upgrade.
the environment as well.
Oh.
So we are spending quite a lot in the renovation as well because people lifestyle are improving.
People are more discerning and demanding.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
That's
so that's
interesting.
the shift in
that
the hot pot
area.
trend.
Right.
Oh.
What about your side, Ivan?
Yeah.
The vegetarian. I mean, we know that everyone started getting healthy, right, Yasmin,
Yes,
during the
yeah, everyone.
lockdown.
Yeah, I think because of the pandemic, suddenly in your face there it was. There is this disease that we don't know much about, but if you keep your immunity up and keep healthy and eat healthy, and then you will be safe. We
Yeah.
hope. So I think that really made a very big difference in people's choices
Yeah.
and people's focus on what they put into their bodies.
That's right.
Even though before that already people I think mainly because of trends. People were getting vegan, vegetarian, and all that. But now I think that people are much more focused on their
Yeah.
health.
Yep. Hi everyone, I'm Ivy from Chin Sui Vegetarian from Genting. Yeah. So which is what you all say is true. Vegetarian is no longer like the traditional way of perceptions which is tied with religions. So it becomes a lifestyle, and it is actually younger and younger. Even college students, they are looking for more clean, that's why the poke bowl and all these things with vegetarian, a lot of vegetables, inside, they love it because then they go for the fresh ingredients and all these things. So that is also part of the DNA in Chin Sui all this while. We are very, very emphasized on the quality because we know that the world trend, the demand of the customers right now for the food, it's actually higher and higher, especially pandemic. So now everybody is like so looking forward with a healthy lifestyle, exercise, diet and all these things. So when I see vegetarian industries in Malaysia at the moment, even right after the pandemic, since March, more and more vegetarian restaurant is in town.
Wow.
Yeah, it's from traditional to modern Western cafe. A lot of different cuisines right now. You can actually find it in Klang Valley especially. And then I noticed that Penang, Johor, Malacca, all these places have a lot of fantastic vegetarian restaurants right now.
You know what else it is, Irene? People are going on diets. People are trying to not only stay healthy, but especially lose weight they gained during the MCO. And that points them to vegetarian. They have these special menus that you can have for 10 days or 20 days. And most of it is vegetarian because it's all very healthy. So I think that's also one of the things that has driven people to becoming more vegetarian or eating more plant-based.
Yeah. It's a
Plant-based,
plant-based. It's a plant-based cuisines that we are talking about right now. The changing of the kitchen preparations, the ingredients is more on plant-based right now already. Instead of processed food. Last time, during many years, our dad's era, so there is a lot of processed food. But right now, it's all talk about plant-based. So vegetarian, like Chin Sui, we are also transforming our business, and also our new outlet is coming soon. So we are also focusing a lot more on plant-based kind of
And you
ingredients.
source your ingredients from near where you are, right? In Genting or Bentong area.
Yeah, we are
So
trying
that's,
to have the
Yeah.
ecosystem within the mountain, surrounding like
nice.
Bentong, Batangali, all these places. We have a lot
And
of
there are organic
good
gardens there too.
ingredients.
Yeah.
But this is not the rise of the trend of vegetarian is not just Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
You see it now globally.
Yes.
Everybody is starting to eat healthy, and
Yeah.
you see more and more vegetarian restaurants coming out at the other parts of the world.
Yeah, you see the giant one like KFC, McDonald's, and all these big brands. They are having a vegetarian meal, vegan meal. People like a giant corporate like Microsoft, they all invest into Beyond Meat, Omni Meat, and all these plant-based protein meats. They call it. So that is a world trend. That is a world trend.
I think also, because of communication, the internet, your information is right there. So everybody can you can see all the new trends from all over the world immediately now. So
Yeah.
that's why I think it's grown so fast here.
Yes.
You know, and plus concern for climate change.
Yes.
Also, is a very big thing, you know, with meat production and stuff like that. Yeah, so
It's very interesting, right? That you see, you know, the change of trend and, you know, especially like in hot pots and an upgrade of steamboat and of course, you know, towards plant-based food. But the thing we're really interested is now some restaurants have thrived really well under the lockdown restrictions. But while others, of course, they face difficulties, especially in 2020, right? So what we're actually interested to find out from these two speakers is how is their team, you know, getting along and getting ready to face the rest of the 2021, and particularly what must change in the F&B business in terms of in their sector. So let's hear more about that from Tommy.
Okay. So you mean the change that we're gonna do for the F&B business,
Yes,
right?
yes, and
you
also,
know,
I mean,
can I just tell you that he opened his first restaurant 2 weeks before the MCO. So he is an expert, I
Great.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
yeah. So
we're
maybe
very
take,
new.
Crazy.
take us through that story
Yeah.
very quickly
You have to tell us
about
how
what
you did
happened,
it.
you know, when you opened
And he's still
that.
standing, yeah.
Yes,
You're
yes.
still here, right?
So actually, my first outlet, I opened right just 2 weeks before MCO. So actually, I'm doing the business like throughout the MCO until now. So a lot of changes like we did. So we try to look into a few perspectives. So the first one, what we did is, of course, for delivery, right? So I believe the F&B business, they look into the delivery business right after MCO. So what I did for the first week is we try to see how the Malaysian respond to the hot pot delivery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's how I survived throughout the few months of MCO. That's the first thing. So people
So
will be very
unlucky.
curious, like, oh, hot pot. So you want to bring your pot to my house and serve me or what? So yeah, we try everything that we can.
So what did you try? What did
Yeah,
you do?
what did you
Yeah,
do?
the first one is because some of the people will be questioning us that you rent us the pot or you send us the pot. So yeah, we did both ways. So either you want to rent it or you want to buy it from us.
Oh,
Yes.
the pot itself, really?
The
Literally
pot
the
itself.
pot.
Yeah, the pot itself. So
Wow.
okay, actually hot pot is just the pot and the induction cooker, right?
Right.
So what I did for the first week is I dismantled all my induction cooker in my shop. Because imagine, right the second day after MCO, imagine nobody walk into your restaurant and everything, right? So what I did is I just dismantled everything and I do it in a renting way
Okay.
to my customers.
Oh.
Yeah, so I rent it to
And
them.
how long did you do that for?
Yeah, just a few days actually.
Oh,
So what we
okay.
did is, of course, the first one is we get the packaging ready, and yeah, just try to market and tell them you can
Rent.
order a hot pot delivery by renting the pot and everything.
And did they?
Yes, yes.
See, such
So-
a great initiative. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a, yeah.
Very great idea.
Yeah, great
Okay.
idea.
Yes.
And then how else did you then progress?
Okay, it started very slow. So what we did is the digital marketing. So to educate people that you can actually order hot pot at home, especially when you are at home with your family. So hot pot is about gathering, about family and everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you order from us, we send to you, and you can enjoy a hot pot at home. So that's the first step
Right.
for the first few months. Yeah.
And what changes then after that? What changes did you implement?
Okay. Of course, during the MCO, like no dine-in, everything. The first thing is we also try to introduce a few packages because thinking about MCO, people are quite tight with their financials,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So what it is
yes.
promotions and of course offer them a very good deal of package so they can order at home because some of them they think that hot pot is quite expensive. Yeah, so we try to reduce the price.
I see.
Yes, and also absorbing the delivery fees and everything. So
Okay.
yeah, turns out very good.
So that was
Yeah.
that was the journey of your MCO.
Yeah, the journey.
time.
And
I have
also-
this. Do you know how? I don't know whether it still happens, but you can order satay, and they come with the whole grill. Okay, then they will
Yes.
open it at your
Oh.
gate, and they'll grill it for you in front of
really?
your house.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was imagining a guy with a hot pot coming back. It's fine.
And then you're
And then
service
you all
staff
gather,
will
yeah.
do that, and then you serve through the gate. Yeah, that's
Wow.
interesting. What about you,
Actually,
Irene?
fantastic.
What was your process like during the lockdown? Because your restaurant's in Genting.
Yeah, I think an even more difficult
think-
situation. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So share with us your
There's no
journey.
delivery, right?
It's very abnormal.
Oh dear.
Ours restaurant, one thing, is already tough, and some more in a tourist attraction and so far away.
Oh my goodness.
So it's actually very challenging to us in Genting. So during the MCO, of course, we locked down. The whole operation is
Not allowed to open,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. No people come anyway.
Yeah.
At first, we tried. We tried to keep the momentum going because staff has to.
I
Well,
was just
you see?
thinking, yeah, staff.
So we just want the staff to have some works to do at the mountain. So because at the time, Genting still haven't actually doing retrenchment, so there's still staff there. So we immediately implement delivery in the mountain.
Yes.
So we offer our. We never do delivery before because it's all dine in. So we don't care. We just roll out. So we do digital marketing, Facebook marketing targeted to the mountain area and all these things. But it's just running for the sake of keep the operation running.
And did the staff respond? You're talking about the staff there, right? Because it's a few thousand people living in Genting.
Yeah. At first, it's okay, still have some business, but when the time get longer, so the response is getting lesser because they don't
Everybody's
every
tried
day.
it.
Yeah. So eventually, we decided to stop, not even do the delivery. Then what we do is we go into sauce productions.
Oh.
Yeah, we R&D our own sauce.
Wow.
So
That's what
we
we
do
did
our
too.
own
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
Because we have to. Otherwise, we got nothing to do with the whole team. So honestly, from MCO until today, I never retrained any single staff.
Well, well done.
We keep everybody together. So first thing, we have to stabilize their mindset first. So then we do R&D for our sauce, and then when during CMCO, so we start to sell our sauce. Online. You try online.
Wow.
So we try everything to our customer, do WhatsApp, blasting and all these things. Thank God we have very good customers response also. Then it keeps going. So after that, MCO again. So again lockdown. So it's like wow, it's like zoom like that.
But I like the fact that both of you were faced with what seemed to be insurmountable challenges, like instead of just closing shop, that they used those challenges and were creative and took initiative and did something, maybe sort of change a little bit of direction.
Yeah.
And Tommy says they also created their own sauce.
Yes.
So at least you took the
Not
time.
sauce, R&D more.
R&D.
Oh, yeah, R&D more.
Right.
How to make it hotter, is it?
Yeah, how to make a. What I did is also.
Numb.
How to make
Numb
the
yourself.
whole body numb.
So I think because F&B business, is also a lot of big portion of the customer satisfaction comes from service, of course, dining experience and
Yes,
service,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it's doing that so that you cannot complain about the food. Cannot say it's too salty, not enough salt because it's numb.
Is numb.
Yeah, so you can't complain, right? I think possibly that is the purpose of why they do the numb thing.
I like
Am
that.
right
I like
or not?
that. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Just keep
So-
And you both use digital marketing. Now,
Yes, that's
can
the-
you imagine if this was 30 years ago and you had no options like that open to you? I mean, you would just have to bungkus, right?
Bungkus.
Yeah.
That will be
You
a very
know,
tough time
Literally,
without
isn't it?
digital marketing.
If you didn't sort of have a little bit of a pivot and gone into digital marketing, which all of us should have anyway for years,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Then I don't think that's possibly how some restaurants have had to fall.
Save themselves.
Because
or
there
both.
was sort of no way to think about new ideas and didn't really get into digital marketing, right?
Yes, that's very important, especially for digital marketing during that period of time.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
so
restaurants.
the interesting thing is now that you've done these little pivots and you've now found new ways and new strategies. what is going to be the changes that you're going to continue making from now and for the rest of 2021? What's going to happen from now to end of 2021?
Okay, so I start first, right?
Because these are there
numb
is
man
you
starts
can't sugarcoat it. These are uncertain times. That's it.
Yeah.
You there's no way, nothing, no
Yeah.
way other way to say it.
Okay, yeah, because right now we are still like we are still in MCO, right?
CMCO.
CMCO.
Yep.
Okay, so what we did is we still continue the deliveries, so to make sure to be prepared actually, because we are not sure that when will be the third wave
Exactly.
coming.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can sense it's coming. Okay.
Are you concerned about safety? We just to go off topic for a minute. Are you concerned about safety when the government said, okay, you can open now, you can serve people? you
Yeah,
know?
definitely.
Did you?
Not just me, and also all the staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will ask, so what are the safety precautions that we need to take, like disinfection and everything? Yeah, so we'll do that.
So that's another
That's
extra work,
That's
actually,
right,
addition.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
Definitely.
now the protocol is that if there's one case, you have to close for 7 days or 14 days? Is there a guideline that
What I
tells you
see
how
from
many
the
days?
web is usually 10 days.
So you have to
including
close for
my-
10 days,
yeah,
right?
including
Yeah.
the safety from UK, because my sister is in UK running restaurants too. So what they did is 10 days. Yeah,
Right,
so I can see in Malaysia it's also around 10 days.
Right.
They
So
close
that's
for
a
10 days.
concern.
So you're going to continue with your renting your hot pots from now on? Is this going to be a new, a separate business,
Yes.
side business kind of?
Consider
or part of the
another delivery method. Yeah, first thing is our in-house delivery, and second is we'll engage a lot of different platforms, such as like the recent one is AirAsia. So AirAsia,
yes.
yeah, they did their delivery platform
Yes,
too.
yes,
So we
yeah.
started to engage different one to prepare just in case lah. So we still continue, and some more with the menu. The menu. So what we did is, because hot pot is a group of people, right? So without 3 or 4, you cannot start your hot pot. So we started hot pot for one person.
Ooh.
See, you can numb your lips juice. Or
Can you please use that hashtag numb your lips alone? I think you should.
Right, guys? I mean, don't you all think so? This is like a new, just even from a dialogue session,
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think
Charge him
yes,
for that.
so I'll take the copyright. Okay?
Yeah.
Numb your
Numb your
lips.
lips.
Alone. Alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
hot pot for one.
Yeah, hot pot.
So
for
did
one.
you have to bring in different?
No, actually, we cook everything and send to them. So
Oh, then we
yeah,
heat
they-
up? We
yeah,
heat up.
They just need to eat directly. So once they receive from Grab or Foodpanda and whoever, so they
Then
just
what
eat
happens?
that.
But what happens if I'm not ready to eat yet?
Everything is actually ready to eat. So we cook for them.
So must eat the minute it arrives.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can
yes,
heat
yes.
it up, right?
Cannot.
Oh,
Unless you microwave it. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
then it's
actually
not hot
already
pot
got
anymore.
consider.
Okay,
We call it
okay.
hot pot.
I
But how do you
see.
deliver it? How do you deliver it? And what packaging?
Yeah, actually we cook it, and yeah, we pack it in the box, the plastic box. So they just eat with rice or noodles on
Right.
everything. So there will be
See,
yeah,
these are
options for them.
all things that you would never thought of before, right?
Yeah,
you
we need to do that.
Yeah. And,
New
wow,
ways,
okay.
interesting. What about Irene? What are you gonna do from now to end of the year? I mean, I know you guys actually implemented something for Chinese New Year, right?
Yeah.
You sold in that, what is that, a Prada bag or something? You sold something in Prada bag and it was
Oh
sold
my
out.
goodness.
Was that? There was some, yes. What can you tell us more about that one?
Okay. Yeah, we actually have this creative idea about Prada bag. Actually, it's a coat bag, but I call it Prada.
A cold bag.
Yeah, I call it bag. So I call it Prada to make it a bit fancy, you know?
Yeah, of course.
It's because it's Chinese New Year. Actually, that is called Pun Choi, the treasure pot. The Chinese New Year always have people, you know, all get together and then they eat, right? So ours is vegetarian. So all this one, we do sell this in our restaurant, but we don't really focus on that. But because of this CMCO, again, we have to think of something to do. So I decided to, okay, look, guys, we have to do something. Let's do this Pun Choi because of, it's Chinese New Year season, so let's make it hot, you know. So immediately the engine starts. So whole team go fire up, you know, search all these materials and all this. Unfortunately, because the time is very limited when I decided to do it, so it's not possible for me to get a pot, you know, just like our friend here got pot, I don't have pot, you know. So, but when I think of a consumer point of view, so I think that pot is not that important. Everyone's household have their own pot. So because the pot also costs money, so the money will factor into the price normally.
Yes.
So let's get out of this, you know. So we have decided to focus on quality of our ingredients. So we source for our quality ingredient, which is not usually use it in vegetarian, which is those expensive bamboo shoot, mushroom, all these things, quality products. So we put in the pot. So we pack it, you know, individually, and then we shoot a video how to do it. Okay, and we pre-cook the gravy or the soup. Okay, we pack it, frozen it. So the whole thing is frozen.
Wow.
It's frozen.
What an effort.
It's actually a lot of effort
Yeah.
because all the ingredients inside, I have 13 ingredients, plus soup. Every single thing we pack in small pack.
Oh my goodness.
So it's all vacuum
individually packed.
It's individually vacuum packed.
Yeah, so all packed and all labeled nicely, every pack.
Right.
Okay, and together with the soup, and then so we start to, you know, market in the digital marketing, use our own platform, our FB, and then of
It was
course
sold out. It was sold
is
out.
actually sold out.
You should keep doing it. I was just going to say, I would order. It sounds fantastic. Carry on.
Yeah, so the result and the response is fantastic. It's out of my expectation, actually, honestly. So my kitchen has to, you know, cope with the demand, but we are very happy to do it.
And you delivered that where?
We delivered to Klang Valley, and also thank God we got a good partner for logistic, Corum, so we can deliver to Ipoh, to Penang, all the way.
So, if not for the pandemic, you would never have
Never done this,
got this
right?
avenue, right? You would never have found
yes,
it.
yes.
So there are
So isn't
good
it?
things. I mean,
So
I hate
you-
to say it, but there are some things
Isn't
good
it?
from the pandemic.
You've got one guy here
Yeah.
who numb your lips with for one person, and you have another person here who gives you a fortune
Treasure pot.
pot in a Prada bag. I mean, guys, this is exactly what we talk about: new
Yeah.
strategies
Yeah.
and, you know, new ideas.
Facing the
It's a concept.
challenges.
Yeah,
Yes.
because F&B especially, we really, you know, affected a lot. So I always tell my team, we have to act like a water. So whenever the water flow in every single way, so we have to go with it.
Yeah.
You know, so
So you're going to continue with this
Yeah.
delivery and this specialty?
yeah, we will come out with different ideas like
That's a good
seasonal
idea.
pot,
Very good.
you know, 4 seasons, you know.
Yes.
So it stimulate it help us to stimulate a lot of our brain juice, you know.
Exactly. You have to be creative.
You have to
In
be,
order,
isn't
I think the creatives are the ones who win. The ones who sit back and cry, that's it. You know, you need to just get up and rise above it and use it as it's a challenge for you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I say, even, you know, our restaurant in Mountain, we cannot do anything, but we still have to do something. So I encourage all the F&B, you know, you have to keep going, even in Klang Valley or on the town center. You have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
We just
I mean,
have to
there's
find
so
a way.
many. There's so
Yeah.
many ways that, you know, one can market the restaurant, right? There's so many ways. Of course,
True.
all ways have their advantages, disadvantages, you know, pros and cons. You just need to be able to weigh that. But okay, let's take a look at the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, you know, the dining trends that Malaysians might be adopting the next few years, because people are paying attention to their health, paying attention to their well-being, like what Yasmin was
Yeah.
saying, isn't it?
But what I think, if you are creative and can face the challenges and keep your head above water, you're really in a winning situation because people have to eat.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, Malaysians love to eat. And they don't want to cook something for themselves. They want to eat it in the restaurant. They have their favorite places. So I think that if you can survive, you know, this is a winning situation, really.
Yes.
You know?
It is,
Yeah.
right? So, but the thing is now, you know, like in your case, Tommy, right? Hot pot. the trend, the future trend? Is there growth? And how do you put in place so that you can also compete regionally and globally? Because when the borders are open, right?
Yep.
And how do you then maintain that competition of how to get your brand out there?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually for this Chinese hot pot, right, it's all about gathering and people gathering, family gathering. So what we did, the future trends for hot pot will be, okay, like what I did for my first, second, and third outlets. The third outlets, what you can see, the difference is the physical distance between the tables.
Yeah.
And some more the demand for the VIP rooms. It's
Oh.
a lot, man.
Really?
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
lot
because
as
people
well.
don't want to
Yes.
be with other people.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So they don't feel
so
safe.
That's
it's
it.
not for privacy, it's
Safety.
more for
Safety.
Yes. So the changes that I did for all my outlets is I
Wow.
did
See?
extend a few more VIP rooms. Like the one in Kota Damansara, extend another 5 more outlets, 5 more rooms, private rooms.
Wow.
And the one in Bukit Bintang, currently I already have 5. So I extend another 2 more.
So people, when they make reservations,
They usually look
they
for rooms.
ask for.
They ask for rooms.
Yeah.
This is
People want to be safe now. You
No,
know.
but of course your seating capacity reduces then, but you do
definitely.
rooms.
Yeah.
So like the one in Damansara, I have total of 3,500 square feet.
That's
That
quite
I have 24 tables. That was planning before the MCO, right? So
Okay.
that's the first outlet.
Now?
So the third outlet, I'm having 4,500, but I only have 21 tables.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you can see that
Okay.
we're getting less stable, but the demand for VIP room is
It's
very
more,
high.
yeah.
So I would advise, like for all the restaurants owner, if they are looking for to expand to their new outlets, maybe they can consider more on those private rooms.
Yeah, that's absolutely interesting, right?
That's
Imagine
very
if you do a
interesting.
restaurant
Mhm.
where it's only private rooms, like there's no common areas.
Yes.
Right, so
Yes.
it's like that's your room, and once you leave, it's sanitized. You know,
Yeah.
there's a video to show you it's been sanitized. Yeah, this could possibly be the
trend.
new
The next
trend.
trend.
The
That
next
will be the
trend.
next
Yes.
trend actually in
Yeah.
Malaysia. So imagine like asking y'all if you're going out looking for restaurants. Of course, if they offer you rooms, of course you'll take it, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
But is there additional charges though?
Okay, for rooms, we don't have additional charges. So we just have a minimum spending. So the minimum spending is actually not to like tell you to spend more here. It's actually to
Get the
prevent
numbers.
people to abuse the room. Because some of the
Yes.
people, like maybe they come
Two
two
people.
pack,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
people,
yeah.
but they request for room. They say, since you don't have minimum spending, so we prevent it.
Right,
Ah.
right. Okay, but I also so that drives me just a little bit off track here, slightly off track here. I understand that especially in international markets, there's always a booking and a booking fee, and then some you actually pay in advance
Yeah.
because, like you said, the abuse of making bookings,
Mm-hmm.
as now you have limited seats, so lesser tables, and also with the rooms and a lot of times, as usual, consumer behavior, you cancel last minute, or I can't make it, and then
Yeah.
the restaurant loses that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you show up late, like 15-20 minutes late, and you lose your table, then there's a huge complaint coming through your Facebook or your
Yes.
social media, right?
Yes.
So is that something also the F&B restaurants, F&B business operators practicing in terms of making booking? There must be some
Yeah.
advance payment, or there is, is that something you guys are adopting as well?
Okay. We don't take any advance payment because the Malaysians are very sensitive about that.
Yes.
So it's not like overseas, right? So we just try to prevent them from canceling last minute. So what we did is just make sure to call them and tell them that actually the room is very demanding, and make sure
Oh,
you
wow.
don't cancel last minute. So yeah, they will
but-
usually like
But
Then you
how do you make sure they
make sure.
Yeah, how do you
we
make
cannot
sure?
make
Because
sure actually.
exactly.
We cannot make sure, but we still get cancel table. But
Right.
make sure after that we just fill in after they cancel.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
make sure
You have
like
a
few
waiting
hours-
list.
We have a waiting
Yeah,
list.
waiting
We have a
list.
waiting
But the
list.
thing
That's
is this, I mean, okay, I understand that Malaysians, I'm a Malaysian, so no discrimination. Malaysians tend to also say, okay, so last minute I have to cancel, I can't make
Yeah.
it, or I'm stuck in a traffic jam,
Yeah.
or whatever not. Okay, fair enough. And then you do a cancellation. Now, same thing with events, right? When you RSVP for an event, and the client has already booked that many tables, ordered that many packs, and
Yeah.
then 50% don't show up or 10% don't show up, it's extra cost.
Yes.
So it is going to be an ongoing problem. So the point is, I'm always curious to find out why aren't F&B operators in Malaysia doing something about it to protect yourself, to protect your business?
Good question.
And especially now, with limited number of seats and capacity because of the social distancing, why are F&B operators accepting this consumer behavior and not do anything about it? I am still waiting for one restaurant, the first restaurant in Malaysia, to tell me, Jen, I put this on. I don't care if you like it or not, but that stays. So will you take that step?
Not at the moment, not now. Yeah,
I think because there's demand.
yeah, because there's
Okay,
demand.
so
actually we
if
can
somebody
fill up the rooms
cancels,
very
you can
fast.
still fill up.
Yeah,
So
we
there's
can still
demand.
fill
There
up.
are others that want to numb their mouths. That's why. You know, when the time comes when there isn't so much demand, or you have another CMCO where they limited dining, then you might think twice.
Yes,
You know, that
yes.
you fill up your table, your restaurant with reservations, and last minute someone cancels,
Yeah.
and you have no replacement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
for
Can be
now,
done.
yeah, because they still have
Okay.
demand. And
All
also
right.
because of the social distancing, you have limited tables anyway.
Yes.
So you probably will always have demand because you
Yes.
don't have enough tables anyway.
We
right?
only can limit their time, dining time.
Ha,
Yeah,
once
that's
your
what we do.
mouth is numb, you have to leave.
So that's a time limit.
That's a
And then
time
it
limit,
goes,
actually,
level
for
one,
rooms.
2, 3, 4, bang. That's it. Time to go.
That's very world class though. Yeah, because in
We have-
Europe and America it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You do 2 or 3 seatings, and there are restaurants here that
That
do
does
that.
that,
Yes,
right?
yes, quite a lot of restaurants do.
I know. Let's get out.
Yeah, I know.
What about Irene? You know,
Wow.
what about your side? You know, what are you putting in
I think
place
her
in terms of-
location probably makes things a little bit different,
isn't
no?
it? Yeah. I mean, what is that trend that you are looking at, and how are you positioning Chin Sui vegetarian restaurant to compete regionally and globally?
Okay. Of course, location-wise, we have challenge. Okay, so
Sorry, do you have a lot of the people who live in Genting, the staff and employees, come to your restaurant?
oh yes,
okay,
yes,
so-
yes.
that's
We
good.
do have
Captive audience, so to speak.
Yeah,
They can't
So-
go anywhere else.
So that's why while the business up there is a bit slow, so we have decided to open another outlet in Klang Valley here.
Gosh.
After 13 years, you know, we have only outlet one in Genting. So now we have decided to open the new one, and with a new concept.
Oh.
That is always what I want to do, because I want to have a younger crowd, and also more lighter versions of Chin Sui in Klang Valley.
Like a more
And-
casual version?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like a casual dining. Okay, so and so that everyone, you know, the customers who are calling us, you know, which is they cannot come, so now they have another options. They can
great.
dine in.
So you are you are aware that there is a demand.
Yeah,
there. You have-
yeah. We always have, actually, throughout the MCO or CMCO, we have a lot of calls. In fact, we collected a lot of database, you know, so that's where it gives us a confidence saying that, you know, vegetarian is definitely the trend, plant-based is definitely the trend. What we do is we just have to ensure the quality of the food that we have all this while is maintained and getting better, and give more varieties to the society. So then we can have another lighter brand in Klang Valley.
You work on menus as well? New menus, new ingredients?
Oh yeah. That will be a new fusion kind of Chin Sui.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, before we wrap up, right, Yasmin, should we ask them to share 2 tips?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes.
2 tips. What do you think? I mean, in your hot pot, don't share about numbing lips, but in your hot pot sector,
Industry,
right? What would you
Okay,
share with the other operators?
What I can say, being a restaurant operator is very challenging. So there are changes every day. But one thing is, like me as a restaurant owner, positive thinking is very important in running this business, because you know you meet staff, you meet people who are very negative, like affecting you and everything. Of course, your competitors, your industry as well.
Right.
So yeah, what I can share is the positive thinking in getting changes to drive the business.
Good. Thank you.
I think
Wow.
he's also, both of them are the kind of people that always see the silver lining. You know,
Yes.
so even though it's clouds, there's somehow or other they
Some
will
star
think of some
somewhere,
way
isn't
to
it?
make the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Irene, what
Irene?
about you?
Yeah, I think in F&B operator, we have to always have the mindset is very important, because we as a leader, if let's say we don't have a positive mindset like what Tommy say, we can't lead the team, because the team need us actually to come out with a lot of ideas, and then let the energy going, you know, and then bring the F&B more hot in the industry, you know, and more green, you know.
Yeah.
You know, all these things, it has to come from a positive mindset. You have to stay focused also.
So, right?
Yeah, the focus is very important. So yes, we have a lot of challenges, daily operation. So but then we have to be very focused on what we are doing, and also what we want to achieve. And the lovely part is you enjoy what we are doing.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Need to
Great.
enjoy.
Such a great
Key,
sharing
the
from
key.
you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
you.
So we will go and be numbed, and then we'll go and cool down. Be
Yes,
healthy.
yes. Right, so we've come to the end of our F&B session, and we would like to thank our speakers, Tommy and Irene, for joining us today to share their insights on Hospitality Asia Channel.
And look out for our next session on food and beverage, where we'll be talking about food delivery, dine-in, and pop-up concepts. Which of these are going to survive, or will they all? Stay tuned.